I left December 2003. When I got out, what did I want to do? I wanted to do aircraft acts investigation still. I went to another conference. There was one more conference right as I was getting ready to get out of the Navy for ISASI in Washington, D.C., so I drove up for it and saw all my old friends. They're like, hey, good to see you. I'm like, hey, see y'all. I've been in the Navy. I've been doing this. I've been doing this. I've got all this experience. Hire me. You don't have enough investigative experience, was the answer I got. So once again, a door closed, but another door opened. Even though I'd been in the E2 Hawkeye and not gone down that path, they'd started my clearance. And so I got a top secret clearance with SCI eligibility out of that role, because once they started it, they didn't finish it, or they finished it. Even though I wasn't doing that role, I still had the clearance. And so then I was able to look at defense jobs, because when I was getting out, I was like, okay, well, I want to get in the defense side of the house, or in the aviation safety side of the house. Obviously, it was looking like the safety side wasn't going to still let me come in. So I went to clearance fairs and job fairs and things like up here in the DC area. And I went to SAIC, which is a contracting company, and talked with one guy at one of their job fairs. And he's like, well, what type of, do you have any security background, things like that? I was like, well, yeah, I'm an assistant command security manager, so I have personnel security, document access control, and other types of security experience, because that's what I got on the ship doing the administrative jobs. And he's like, well, let's stay in touch and, reach back out about maybe 90 days before you get out. So I kept in contact with him. Then he hooked me up with another gentleman who was a Marine Corps reservist who did computer security. And we talked a little bit. He said, hey, read some of these books here that I want you to read, which I did, about cybersecurity. And then when I went for my interview right before I got out, it was another guy that worked with him who was also fairly new, but an expert. And he was like, what do you know about computers? And my answer to him verbatim was, nothing. I took intro to computers in high school. I've done this, but I can learn anything. I've got a clearance, but I can learn, which is obviously the piece that had it, but I can learn anything. And from that statement, they said, okay. And they hired me to do computer security on a contract with an agency. Initially, they said was called NEMA, National Imagery and Mapping Agency, but now is called NGA, or the National Geospatial Intelligence Agency. So I came in, now granted, I wasn't doing aviation safety, but I had a job, was learning a new skill, and I did that for 2 years as a contractor before NGA hired me as government. I've been in NGA for 17 years. So when I mentor people and talk to other people, I've always said, like, when one door closes, another one opens. And you got to understand that path. That, like, multiple times in my career and in my life and my jobs, I've had a door slammed in my face that I was where the door I wanted to go through, and it didn't work. And another one opened, and I went down a path I never thought I would do. And I've been doing that ever since. And it's continued. Even in NGA, there's different things. I've tried to get one job and that didn't work, and it took me in a separate path to something else popped up, which was better. But I never thought I'd be neck deep in the intelligence world. I never thought I'd be working with all the different IC, everybody knows, CIA, NSA, NRO, DIA, all of them. I've worked with all of them. I'm still in aviation, essentially. I work with satellites and airborne sensors. The two biggest lessons learned I tend to try and pass on to anybody else are, one, understand that one door may close, another one will open, always. And the second one is ask. Ask for what you want. Most people never ask for what they really want to do, or ask to do something cool,
right?
Or ask because they think they're not going to get it.
Right.
I have done super duper cool things in the military. When I said the whole F-18 thing, the other flights that I got, the drive in the ship, all because I asked to do it.